Hi there. For those who don't know me, my name is Jordan Hallin, and I'm a KCVI alumnist. First, I'd just like to apologize for the fact that I could not be there with you all today. I'm presently in Jonquière, Quebec, doing the Canada's Explorer program. Technically, I signed a I signed a disclaimer saying that I wouldn't speak any English while I'm here, but I think this is an appropriate situation. I'm here today to talk to you about something that is very near and dear to my heart, my old high school. I speak quite candidly and with honesty when I say that the building located at 235 Frontenac Street helped shape who I am today. First, I'll tell you a little bit about who I am and my background. I moved to Kingston when I was 9 years old, and being part of the French immersion program, I was destined to go to Vanier and following that KCVI, despite the fact that I was technically outside of the catchment area. I'll be quite honest when I say my family comes from the lower end of the social economic spectrum. My mother has been on disability for the most part of my life, with diabetes and a heart condition. My mother and father have been separated since before we moved to Kingston. And yes, my father is still part of my life, but paying the bills has still not always been easy. There were many times when we weren't 100% sure that we would have the money for the rent. Now, why this is important is because when I was younger, it wasn't that I was embarrassed of our financial circumstances, but rather that I was always worried that someone may judge me and my family by our financial background. When I started attending KCVI, it became quite evident that that would not be the case. I was treated as a human being. As a student of KCVI, I always felt safe, secure, and welcome. It was a place where I could find academic success without someone making the assumption that it was my financial situation that led to my success. I became very involved with extracurriculars and after-school programming. Too many to list right now, but many of which remained accessible to me because the staff at KC minimized the costs. KC, having the most clubs than any other school in the Limestone District School Board, allowed me to prosper and grow socially without worrying about the burden of my financial situation. It was at many of these clubs that I found many people and many friends in similar situations. Many students came from low-income families, and many students came from single-parent families. Knowing I wasn't alone was always a great source of comfort and offered me a great sense of belonging. I started as somewhere between a D and a C student. Started as a D to C grade student, rather, with ADD. And when I graduated at the end of my 4th year, with the help of an indispensable staff, I did so as an honor roll student. During my years at KC, I got to be captain of our football team. I played rugby as well as badminton. I joined multiple clubs and participated in our holiday shows as a parody rapper and was welcomed each year with warmth. I was able to participate in KC's radio focus program, which helped me become more comfortable with thinking on my feet. And what really makes this program special is that KC is one of the only high schools to have a radio station in not only Canada, but in North America. It was at KC that I went from being a shy, low-grade student to an outgoing and passionate student, graduating with honors and returning for a 5th year to be the school's head boy. Sure, we can owe my success in part to my own effort, and more notably, exceptional parenting, but both of these things can only take you so far. I owe my success to an environment that was welcoming and filled with opportunities exclusive to KCVI. I will admit that yes, the staff that helped shape me will one day retire, and will one day no longer be part of the wonderful educational facility known as KCVI. But what will always remain is a building filled to the brim with history. There was not one Remembrance Day ceremony where I did not feel great pride knowing that students of KCVI had fought for our freedoms and liberties that we so easily and readily take for granted. It was at these ceremonies that the history came alive to show its human side. It was the history that allowed me to foster a real appreciation and understanding of what we have in Canada. KCVI was also the host to many great Canadian role models and idols, including members of the Tragically Hip and our very own Peter Milliken. Having real role models who studied between the same walls that I did was a constant source of inspiration. Some of the reasons I have listed so far have been much more subjective and less tangible, but I will discuss something that we can all relate to. In real estate, there is a saying, location, 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 and I'm aware of the financial benefits that selling KC provides, but the educational and social benefits for students outweighs those of the financial benefits. With Queens literally next door, KC has many organized field trips to the various facilities located on Queens campus. Myself personally had the opportunity to visit the Queens Anatomy Lab, which helped improve my understanding in various scientific laws. Tyndall Field acts as KC's home field for important sporting events, and the field at Winston Churchill is also a recent purchase made for the school that would go to waste. Further, with Queens being so closely located to KC, it is perfect for bringing in free mentors from Queens community for programs such as the KC's award-winning Robotics Club. The benefit could also be measured from the Queens perspective. Having a high school so close to Queens offers university students in the Con Ed program the opportunity to do their practicum practically on campus. Further, the location of the schools offer many volunteer opportunities for both the high school and university students. Also, as a high school student who is contemplating whether or not he or she would feel comfortable going to university, it offers practical experience or a practical environment to explore that possibility and to become more comfortable with that potential, and also to decide whether or not you do not want to go to university, which is also an option. The location of KC also offers students the chance and opportunity to discover, explore, and fall in love with the downtown core. Financially, this boosts the local economy. Culturally, it builds a pride in our downtown. Despite the fact that I now live in the Bay Ridge area during the summer, I still make the trek downtown. I make the trek downtown because downtown Kingston was my childhood. Many lunches and after-school hangouts were had downtown. As someone who lives during the academic year in Hamilton, a city who has a certain kind of reputation for its downtown, I often find myself yearning for the summer breaks, where I can relax, work, and spend time with friends and family, all in our beautiful downtown. KC is where I was able to grow as a person and realize my potential. It was there that I was inspired to do whatever it would take to be a high school teacher. And once inspired, it was there that I was always encouraged to do my best and believe in myself. I was once shy, uncomfortable with myself, and a near-failing student. I am now entering my third year at McMaster University as an honors philosophy student and planning on minoring in French. I have a passion for people and a passion for learning. I believe in quality education. And for all the achievements and characteristics I have, I owe a great thank you to the building known as KCVI. KCVI, one of the oldest high schools in Canada, with one of the only high school radio stations in North America, with a vibrant history and a magnificent location in downtown Kingston next to Queens. The passion that this school has given me has brought me all the way to northern Quebec to study French with the Canada's Explore program. And despite the fact that I'm about 800 kilometers away from Kingston, and more specifically, 761 kilometers from KCVI to where I am exactly right now, according to Google Maps, I still don my KC shirt with pride. I hope that you take all of these things into consideration. Et j'espère que vous prenez ces choses en considération quand vous faites votre décision. Thank you very much, and merci beaucoup.